Hello race fans, and welcome once again to the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. It's Season 2, race number 17, the Litter Box 90, presented by GKR. Boy, let me tell you, the guys, they've got a challenge here tonight. Sonoma Raceway is no joke. And I mean, you know, we're going to see who's going to be the king of the hill here tonight at Sonoma. And boy, I tell you, I can't wait to get into this one. And let's get going on, down to it. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. That would be Sonic Graphic Design, Admin Box, Turn 2 Terribles, and Buster's Corner. And before we get down to this evening's festivities here, let's take a look at the standings as we move into this round. Aiden Berlane up, boy, that lead is growing, 114 points ahead of Ken Baum Jr. Nick Cannon in that third position. Tyler Isley fourth. Kyler McCarthy fifth. We have Carson Pittman in the sixth position. Lucas Nilger seventh. Bill Hales eighth. William Brown ninth. And David Smil Jr. rounds out your top 10. And it looks like all the tiebreakers have happened. Everything is settled down here now. But man, you can see how close the points are. And like I always say, every single race counts. And we had a couple of guys move up a couple of positions. Don DeGroot there and Kevin Click, the guys here in your top 20. And let's go ahead and take a look at the team standings here. And Berlane Racing, he has 647 points. The Nitro with 517.4 in that second position. Turn 2 Terribles are still third. They've been running 1, 2, 3 all season so far. Glitter Kitty Racing, GKR, they move up a position ahead of Mopar Motorsports. Up in Smoke still 6th. Mayberry Motorsports is 7th. Posse Racing 8th. Team Sparkle Unicorn 9th, Ryan Broderick Racing 10th, and River Region Racing in the 11th position. And I tell you, it's not a bad night out there at all. And the air temperature is like, wow, almost perfect. It's just almost, one could almost say it's almost cool. 69-degree air temperature. Track temperature is only 80 degrees. And so that's going to be interesting. We're just rolling into qualifying here. The winds aren't too bad. It's 2 miles an hour. Then we have, of course, they're going to run 3 sets of tires tonight, the set they start with, and 2 additional sets. 3 opportunities for a green-white checker, and 45 laps here tonight at this 1.96 mile facility. As always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. So looks like qualifying is underway, and it's 10-minute qualifying session. Let's go find some guys out on track. There's Ken Baum Jr. on his way now. We'll go ahead and put up the timing tower so when we see some times go. Now, it's 2 laps around here, so and it's going to take them a while to get around here too. He may be one of the first out. I think there were some other guys already out there. We'll see for sure once we start seeing some times on the board here. And you can see how this track is just undulates, up and down, quick changes in direction. This thing has a little bit of everything. This place is like a daggone roller coaster almost. And I mean, you do not get a moment's rest here at Sonoma. A lot of off camber. You see it coming up over the hill here. This is a little bit of an off camber turn here, and no banking. In fact, the banking maybe a degree or 2 against you. So you really got to hit your marks. Those concrete walls are just a few feet away, and you just really got to be on it every step of the way around this track. Making his way now down the back end of the track here. Still no times on the board yet. He's making his way through the S's down the back stretch here. He may be one of the first to put a time on the board. making his way down now to the hairpin turn. Who knows? He might be the first one to post a time. Just so happened we clicked on Ken Baum Jr. to come to the line. Let's see. And he crosses the line here, and that will be the time to beat at the moment. 1:16.536. And that will be look like David Smil Jr. He just popped in at third. He just got bumped by Christopher Lynn. Chris has a 1:19.436 to the 1:19.63 for David Smil. Nick Cannon now in that second position. More times coming in very fast here. Matthew Fitz in the sixth position there. 1:20.560 for P6 at the moment. We got all of our, see who is this? That's Nick Cannon right there. We got all of our driver cams up here tonight. Back on board here. Gonna try to improve on that time that he had at the moment. Currently P2, trying to see if he can bump Ken Baum Jr. off of that provisional pole position. Oh, and he goes off the track, and that's going to be it qualifying for him, because once you go off the track, you can't, you really can't, that eliminates that. Oh, Bill Hale's trying to get his second time in. Right now, he'll stay P3. There's Chris Lynn. He's still on the track, and he'll be the next closest driver that will have a shot, I believe, at Chris Lynn. Oh, he locks it up a little bit. I think Nick Cannon is still out there, but he already has a time on the board. He hit the wall, so I don't think this lap will count here. Because usually with qualifying, their settings are very strict in the qualifying. If you go off the track, and that will eliminate that lap time. But we might stick with him here and see. Making his way now through the S's. Boy, I tell you, this just takes a lot of focus here. You know, we'll jump on board with some of the drivers with their webcams, but we probably won't get a chance to really talk to anybody, because you really have to stay focused around here. Things happening very quickly here at Sonoma. Making his way around the final hairpin here. And we'll see if he gets a time here. I'm not sure if it will or not. Let's follow him to the line here as he crosses the stripe. Does he get another time? No, I didn't think so, because that second lap he had went off the track, and so I think he's just out there now putting in a few extra laps, which is once you get out there to qualify, and that's what you will do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back. We'll follow that up with our national anthem, and we'll be back for some racing. Hey, you're watching the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! My way to Monday Night Raw.
Terribles, Four Wheel Speedway. We've got Devin Bourne with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Yep.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, folks, we're back here for the Litter Box 90 here at Sonoma Raceway with the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. Checkered flag is out. It's time for the guys to start gridding up here, and we're going to wait for some guys to come out on track, and then we'll, and there they are starting to make their way out now. And as they make their way out, looks like they're starting at the start-finish line, so they're going to make their way all the way around this course here tonight. So that'll take a few seconds here. And as we're waiting for them to grid up, let's go ahead and look at your starting lineup here. And on the pole, Ken Baum Jr., he holds on for that pole position. And starting next to him will be William Brown right up at the front here tonight, folks. Wow, that's probably the highest position I've seen from William so far this season, I believe. Kevin Click now starting in the third position. Lucas Nilges fourth. Jaden Mingham starting fifth. Nick Cannon in the sixth position. Seventh is Bill Hales. Then we have Chris Lynn eighth. Ninth is David Smeal Jr. Robbie Bice, he rounds out your top 10. Matthew Fitz is 11th. Ryan Sword in that 12th position. 13th, Don DeGroot. Dylan Hastings is 14th. Jimmy Barr 15th. And we have Kyla McCarthy in the 16th position. Andrew May starting 17th. Carson Pittman 18th position. Ryan Broderick 19th. Stan Mayberry rounds out the top 20. Then we have David Salter 21st. Michael Self 22nd. Tyler Isley, good to see Tyler back, and starting shotgun in the field in that 23rd position. So waiting for everyone to get out onto the track, and they'll start rolling off. Oh, somebody, hold on a second. Shout out to the folks in the chat. Oh, the paint's not showing up. Yeah, let me, when they start rolling, I'll refresh trading paints here. The weird thing about trading paints, if you hit Control R, it won't do anything while the cars are sitting still. There has to be some kind of movement. The driver has to move the steering wheel or literally do some kind of input so that trading paints will update it. So once they roll off, there they go. So we'll go ahead and hit run trading paints here and get this thing. This should get them the paint start to reload. A lot of the paints are already there. but you never know. Somebody, I see a couple of cars there changing. It looks like everybody's loading up good here. All of the custom paints, a lot of good looking paints out there, folks. A lot of different driver cams. Then there's Tyler Isley. I think we're actually still loading some Tyler couldn't make it last week, but he is back in business here tonight. Let's see who else is here. Lucas Nilgis. He's where is Lucas at? He is. Oh yeah, he's up towards the front there. I believe he's on that second row. Paints are still loading, but we're going to keep on. We'll be able to continue to roll here. Coming down to the hairpin turn, they'll be getting ready to get the green flag here. Pace car is in, waiting for that green flag. We got a green and we are racing here at Sonoma. Boy, Ken Baum, nice jump off the line. Kevin Click, he's back there. Got a night of 1.3 seconds already, and look at the crowd behind him. Oh, and Ken Baum Jr., he went off track. He lost that lead position. He had 1.3 seconds ahead. Now he's fighting for the 8th position. I think that's Matthew Fitz right next to him. Oh, man, that was crazy. Robbie Bice has some problems. There's Robbie. He's had a little spin there. I think Jimmy Barr, he's still rolling. Oh, he went off. I think, oh, man, Colin McCarthy. Boy, it's going to be a wild night tonight, folks. Michael Self is in the grass. Well, I say in the grass, in the dirt. But at the moment, Kevin Click, he is your leader. And, man, it's about strap in and hang on, folks. This is going to be a bumpy ride here tonight. Man. And we're only on lap 1, folks. And now he's got a gap of about 0.6 of a second between him and Lucas Nilgis. Nilgis right there. He's got the 9 of William Brown. Brown started in that 2nd position. I think he's down 1 spot, but he's still right there with the 2 leaders. Oh, man, we got some more folks. Carson Pittman, I think he's got turned around. Ryan Sword, is he moving on again already? Nobody's like crashed, like they have to go into pits or anything. Bill Hales having some problems there. Back up towards the front there. William Brown, the gap is starting to open a little bit now, almost a second between him and Lucas Nilgis. Ken Baum Jr., you know, he was the leader. Who's on pit road? We got Robbie Bice down on pit road. In fact, Robbie jumped to the pit, so may take him a while to get there. He's going to tow in. So rough start there for the number 28 there. Ken Baum now trying to fight his way back up towards the front of the pack here. Trying to close in on the number 9 there, William Brown. Nick Cannon's a little bit further back. He sees those guys battling up ahead of him. Rounding out your top 5 at the moment. Somebody's in the dirt up there. I think that was, excuse me, I think that was Lucas Nilgis. Man, I think I'm getting some sand in my throat. The kick in the sand. Oh, man. Nick Cannon. They start lap number 3. Cannon still in that second position. I'm sorry, in the 5th position. Oh, no. Who was that? Was that Lucas Nilgis off in the sand? He stays off the wall. He's able to get back on track. And come on, Lucas, get going. There he is. He eases it back onto the track and watching the traffic. He's getting back underway, so The main victory right there is not hitting the wall. I'll tell you, these concrete walls are not friendly at all around here at Sonoma. Now he's trying to chase down Don DeGroot now. Don's in that 10th position. Tyler Isley, he's on the move. He's moved up several positions here so far, up 10 positions, making his way through the field. Currently in that 13th position. He's got he's about 3.87 seconds or so, and that's going to hurt him now. He went off track. Let me tell you, folks, Sonoma is vicious. I mean, any road course racing is going to punish you if you make a mistake. And I mean, even if you don't hit the wall and wreck or anything like, just the simple fact that going off the course and losing that precious commodity of time, and it is just a killer. And but he didn't hit anything, and he remains in 13th position. That's Dylan Hastings directly behind him. So right now, Tyler will be fighting to keep him behind him there. Let's see, we got Ryan Sword coming down pit road. And let's see, yeah, Ryan, he's one of our guys, one of our webcam drivers here tonight. Oh, he's got some damage there on the left front of the car. Now, you know, they don't have fast repairs in this league. And it's, you know, it's a long entry down pit road. And he got that left front fender kind of just hanging off there, overshot just a tiny bit. So he's gonna, this is all about longevity here, folks. He's probably gonna get the crew there to probably knock some of that off of there and try to fix it as quickly as they can. And then he'll be back on his way. But yeah, not having any fast repairs, you just cannot afford to not get these things fixed. David Smeal Jr. in that 7th position, trying to catch up with Matthew Fitz. Fitz currently running in that 6th position. Kevin Click, he's still your leader. It's only by half a second, though. Ken Baum Jr., he spun there on lap 1. He has raced his way back up to that 2nd position. Man, he's on a mission to get back on. And it looks like Click goes wide, and they're going to race down to this turn here. And Ken Baum Jr., he's going to get him, putting the pressure on there. William Brown is still in that 3rd position, followed closely by Nick Cannon. Boy, major excitement here at Sonoma. Non-stop action anywhere around the track. They're racing their way now down to the hairpin here. These top 4 drivers, and look at the gap that they've gotten between them and Jaden Bingham, and he's running 5th. And boy, he's got a 6-second gap back to the 6th place Matthew Fitz, now just coming down towards the hairpin. He looks like he's leading the next group of cars. So who is that taking a look down on the inside? Oh, it's number 12. And that was, they kind of got together there a little bit. And oh man, and Fitz got turned around, and can he get it started yet? Now he's got going. And that was a number 12 there. I thought that said number 12 on the car. I'm not sure. Jimmy Barr is showing in the pits, I believe. Let me turn the split on. We're showing Robbie Bice, Ryan Sword, and Jimmy Barr. I'm not sure. Looks like Jimmy Barr is put it behind the wall. Sword is still on pit road. Robbie Bice, I think, is on track. And yeah, there's Robbie right there, but he's only 1 lap down, though. But Ken Baum Jr. got in a little trouble on lap number 1. And boy, now he's over a second ahead of Kevin Click. Click still in that 2nd position. William Brown still holding on to 3rd, just barely. Nick Cannon is right there, chasing that number 9 down. And sometimes it's almost a thing of maybe not necessarily trying to pass a guy, try to put pressure on a guy, pressure him into a mistake, and let him do the work for you of helping you gain that position. He's looking to the left, looking to the right, and they're going by that was the 28, Robbie Bice, I believe it was. They've managed to get around. Guys are trying to get out of the way of the leaders. Direction changes all over the place, and you see them coming, and you have to try to anticipate where you think they're going to go. Try to stay off the racing line if you can. Nick Cannon down on the inside. Is William Brown going to be able to hold on? Looks like he did lose that position. Now back to the 4th position. Now he's going to have to try to catch the number 8. Nick Cannon on the move now up to the 3rd position. Jaden Bingham is still a little bit further back now. And then the next group of cars is Ryan Broderick. They're almost 9 seconds behind Bingham, and that's a battle there for 6th position. He's got Lucas Nill just behind him in the number 21 machine there. Carson Pittman in the 4 car behind Nilgis. Andrew May making his way down pit road. Let's check and see if he has any damage. His car looks okay. We're only on lap 8 of 45, and they only have 2 extra sets of tires. So it's be interesting to see. And maybe he's just getting fuel, perhaps. We'll find out. They got a long entrance that they have to go down just to get down to the pit. By the way, he locks it up. He overshot just a little bit, I think. Oh, did he? Oh, there he is. Okay. Is he still in, or did he retire? Or he might have retired. The car folks, we may have another retirement there. Jump back at some guys on track. There's Carson Pittman getting very close to Lucas Nill just there. Broderick right in front of them. Nice battle here for the 6th position as they're going now, trying to make their way through the S's here. Neil just got a little breathing room. Ryan Broderick, he's going to start feeling some pressure there from the 4. Michael Self is on pit road, making their way now down towards the final hairpin, or the hairpin, I should say. There actually is another hairpin. It's all the way down at the other end of the track. It's kind of like a little short little hairpin there. And man, they were almost like 2 wide, almost 3 wide coming out of that hairpin. Ryan Broderick, he holds on. Boy, the number 5 there is right on his tail, right behind Lucas Nilgis. Let's see, David Sneal Jr., he's a little bit further behind. Currently running out in that 10th position. He's got 7 seconds on Bill Hales and only a second behind Chris Lynn. Oh, somebody just went wide. That was Robbie Bice, so he'll get past Bice. Bice not on the lead lap, though. So, and Bice, who knows, he might have just went wide just to let the lead cars get through quickly. Because it's kind of hard to stray away from the racing line. Ken Baum Jr. up at the front, 7 seconds ahead of Kevin Click. Cannon still ahead of William Brown. So this battle is continuing along. Let's see who else is out there that we haven't seen. There's Matthew Fitz. Where is Matthew at? He's in the 12th position. And he's got 9 seconds ahead of Dylan Hastings, trying to catch Bill Hales, who's all about 5.5 seconds ahead of him. So he's got a little work to do there. And the field is spread out in some areas, and then in other areas it's kind of close together there. Let's go back up. Let's see. Look at 11. There's Bill Hales. That's Robbie Bice behind him, and he still has 2.5 seconds to catch Stan Mayberry. Mayberry, he is in the 18th. Actually, Mayberry, he's not. Is he not on the lead? Let me look and see here. He's also a lap down. McCarthy and Salter, McCarthy, and Mayberry, I believe, are one lap down as well. Nick Hannon, he continues. He's trying to close in on Kevin Click. Oh, let me see. Did David Smeal? Did he crash? Is he still rolling? Yeah, he just he might have just went off track. But Kevin Click, he's trying to hold on there. Nick Cannon's trying to close in. Trying to put more pressure on Kevin Click. And you can see that's Michael Self, that light blue car up ahead of Click. He's not on the lead lap, but he stays to the high side as they go through the hairpin. Cannon trying to put some pressure, and Kevin Click, he got a little bit of breathing room there. That gap opened up quite a bit, over a second. William Brown, he's still in that fourth position. He's got a nice cushion between him and the fifth place Jaden Bingaman. He's quite a ways ahead of the fifth place car. So no pressure as far as losing a position. He's got lap cars. Excuse me, he's got lap cars, a couple of lap cars, at least two behind him. Less than a second now between him and third place Nick Cannon, trying to see if he can close in here. Lap 12 of 45. Bill Hell's making his way down pit road. This car looks like a little dinged up there on that right front. Don't know if he'll stay on pit road and have any repair work done or not. Now this may just be tires and fuel. We'll see what he does here. And looks like it may just be fuel and maybe getting some repair work done while it's fueling up the car. Because, you know, not having those fuel fast repairs, it's all about keeping these cars running. Even if you have to maybe lose a lap in the process, you got to keep that car intact, or as much as possible. Bill's back on his way back out now. He was the only guy on pit road at the time. I'm sure he got a full tank of fuel. Might have had a little bit of work done to that body work. Oh, Michael Self in the dirt there. He just got passed there by Kyler McCarthy. McCarthy also not on the lead lap, running in the 16th position at the moment. And he's actually chasing Bill Hales. Bill Hales directly in front of him. That is for position there. And now, you know, you've heard me say it plenty of times. When you go from just the regular oval tracks, they say if you go to a short track, you'll see guys starting to come up to the front that you may not normally see up the front. And then some guys, like, say, Ken Baum Jr., they're probably just good everywhere, you know. And Kevin Click, you tend to see him up near the front as well a lot. Of course, you know, we saw them up, I want to say, was it Circuit of the Americas? He was running up there, I believe, as well. So definitely your road course experts are right up at the front. Nick Cannon now trying to get by some lap traffic there on the group. He squeezes through. Now William Brown, he's going to have to make it past the 51 as well. Oh boy, that's going to be tight. 48 Stan Mayberry, he goes wide to let those guys get through there, and they continue on. Carson Pittman now in that fifth position. I think he just passed Bingaman. He's 4 seconds ahead of the number 26 now. Got a couple of lap cars himself that he's going to have to get through. And Baum's, his lead is over 6.5 seconds ahead of Click. Boy, Ken Baum, Kevin Click, Nick Cannon, and William Brown, they are just really running away. The top four are truly, they're doing good to hold on to their positions there. Now, fourth place, William Brown, he's got, they're kind of like in the midst of some lap vehicles, so he doesn't have any pressure at all as far as anybody pressuring him for a lead change. He has fallen back a bit, over 2.5 seconds between him and Nick Cannon. And Carson Pittman is quite a ways back. Actually, he's, okay, I thought he was going down pit road there at first, but coming around the start lap 15. There's at least 2, maybe 3 lap cars between him and Brown. Brown is a good little ways down the road, though. Maybe almost 15 seconds or so. And let's see, boy, I tell you, just a lot of, we're seeing, right now we're showing 1 retirement. We got several guys on pit road. Where's Colin McCarthy? He's still rolling. Robbie Bice, he's still out there. Stan Mayberry. These are guys that are not on the lead lap. Michael Self, he's down on pit road. Looks like he's getting, is he getting tires and fuel perhaps? No, look like he's just having work done on the car. Trying to get back out there. Andrew May, he may have retired. I don't, and Ryan, I think May Sword and Jimmy Barr, I think they all have put it behind the wall here. So we'll jump, there's Matthew Fitz in the 11th position. David Smeal is directly ahead of him. That would be 4th position. In fact, 9th and 10th are directly ahead of Matthew Fitz. But they're, you know, Smeal, he's 5 seconds down the road. And Lynn is about another 21 seconds down the road. But right now he's looking good. Now he does have the leader, Ken Baum, less than 5 seconds behind him. So he'll be, he may be going down a lap here in a lap or two. You can't see the number 2 yet. Well, there he is, that little dot down there. That was your leader, Ken Baum Jr. Starting to close the gap on Matthew Fitz. Fitz doing everything he can to try to stay on that lead lap. But it's a busy time. Now, let me tell you, definitely a busy time in that cockpit for sure. There's a lot on board here with Matthew. Like I said, I mean, these guys, they do not get a break whatsoever. See how, and a lot of the times, you know, you got a couple of different things happening at the same time. You're going uphill over a crest and turning at the same time, and it may be off camber. I mean, this is this track is something else. And just keeping it on the track, you are truly battling the track probably more than you are the other drivers for sure. Matthew Fitz, see him working hard there. Back up towards the front here, Kevin Click, the gap is now 10 seconds. Cannon is still behind him, not too far, only 1.2 seconds. Nick Cannon trying to hold on and keep that number 35 in sight here. Now William Brown is behind him, but he's like over 3 seconds behind. And we're lap 18 of 45, getting ready to start the lap. I think Ken Baum Jr.'s already started across the line, so these guys are about to start lap 18. But you know, you see how they just have to remain laser focused. That's why we won't be doing any kind of interviews or anything like that, because we're not going to get a caution. I don't think they have it set up for any kind of full course cautions or anything like that, unless something absolutely catastrophic happened where 15 cars got wrecked at the same time or something. They might throw a caution, something like that, but I don't anticipate them having any kind of cautions at all. And he's trying to close that gap. It's 1.4 seconds here at the moment. He's tantalizingly close. I think they have, that's Dylan Hastings in front of those two. Click will be encountering that lap car here in a few turns. He's up on him right about now. And who knows, that may give Nick Cannon a chance to try to catch up here, to coming down to the hairpin. Let's see how they make their way through that. And Kevin Click, he's trying to get past the 66. Looks like he's going to make it, and he does get past, and he's able to scoot on up the hill. Now Nick Cannon, he's also going to have to make his way past the 66 as well, and he gets by pretty good there. So that was a good driving there by the 66, and it's a little bit of an art form, almost trying to navigate this place, make a clean pass, and everybody has to work together. The guys on the lead lap, they have to rely on the guys that are not on the lead lap to try to make a smart move out of the way in the right place on the track without compromising themselves too much. Let's look a little further back. There's Ryan Broderick in the 8th position. He's trying to catch Jaden Bingaman, only 2 seconds behind. And the gap is coming down a bit. I think we just saw him there, and there he is right there. So that's a battle for position. You can catch a little bit of that rumble strip. Boy, sometimes I tell you that that last time when we saw him go over the rumble strip, man, that wall was right there too. And while he does that, you see Dylan Hastings, he's coming down pit road, green flag pit stop here. Well, they'll probably all be green flag pit stops. Hastings making his way down to his pit box. Car's looking in pretty good shape there. Doesn't look like he's going to have any repair work done. He'll probably just come down and let's see if he gets any tires, or will it just be fuel? Looks like, oh, he is going to get a fresh set of Goodyears here, topping off that tank as well. Right side's on, left side's going on. He's down and away, 14.9 seconds. No need to stay any additional time for any kind of repairs. He exits in the 13th position. Kyler McCarthy is in 14th, directly behind him, but he's 18 seconds behind. So Hastings was able to get out and maintain his position there. Let's jump around to some other drivers here. There's the 88 David Salter. He's currently running in 15th position. That's a battle of him and Kyler McCarthy. That is a battle for position. Dylan Hastings, oh no, and Salter goes into the dirt there a little bit, trying to get back on track. If you go off track, you have to be very gingerly, very easy with that throttle, because you can easily spin up those tires. It's not like really being in a gravel pit where you'll just dig down in there, but you just won't have any traction at all if you try too hard to get back on the road. So he didn't lose too much time, but now Chris Lynn will be between him and McCarthy. So he'll have to see if he can get past the 32 before he can attack the 24 there, Colin McCarthy. Trying to get up there and get that 14th position. They make their way down to the hairpin here. McCarthy managing to hold on there as he races up the hill. Meanwhile, let's check up at the front. Well, yeah, there's your leader right there, really starting to encounter some lap traffic here now. Ken Baum Jr., he's got a few lapped cars. He's all in the midst of lapped cars now. So he's going to have to be careful as he makes his way through here. But I tell you, his gap right now is almost 9.5 seconds to Kevin Click. And Nick Cannon and William Brown, they're not really close enough to battle for position, but the top four are just solid where they are right now. And William Brown probably love to be able to get that podium, and that may be the closest battle as far as the guys finishing on the podium at the moment here. As you see Ken Baum Jr. trying to decide where he's going to try to get past Chris Lynn. Got to be careful about it. Here he goes down to the final hairpin. That's a good place to make the pass. And so now I think he'll have some clear air. They make it through there. And oh yeah, no traffic in front of him at all. He'll come around and start. It's now 24 laps to go. He's just starting lap number 23 at 45. Kevin Click in that second position. A little further back, there's Nick Cannon. He's actually getting a little closer there. Only about a second between him and Click. Brown, he's about 9 seconds back, so it'll be hard pressed for him to try to get up there and get a podium position. But Nick Cannon, boy, he has plenty of time. 23 laps remaining. That's an eternity on a circuit this size, road course. He'll try to see if he can work on catching Kevin Click there. There's Don DeGroot making his way off of pit road. Car has a little bit of dings in it, but not too bad there, really. Running in the 16th position, he's got Robbie Bice directly in front of him, about 2 seconds ahead of him. There's Robbie right there atop the hill. Now I tell you, lead lap or not on the lead lap, man, there's just battles going on all around this track, and we're trying to catch up with everybody. He runs just a tad bit wide, and that you see the gap, how much the price he paid there. It was only it was less than 2 seconds, and now it's really going wrong for him. And now the gap is almost 6. You see how you get punished just from an error. You don't have to hit the wall or anything, but that road course racing, very, very unforgiving if you do not keep it on track. Let's jump a little bit further back. Now there's Ryan Broderick, and him and Bingham in there. The 5, I'm sorry, Broderick's the 5 car, and Bingham's the 26. That's a battle for position. Broderick trying to catch Jay Bingham in there. Nice battle going on here for the 7th spot. Trying to see if he can apply some pressure there to the 26. Boy, he is getting super close here too. Trying to take a look down on the inside. And he runs wide a little bit, and that's going to open the door for the 5. He's going to move into that 7th position. Bingham is trying to see if he can do the crossover, and he's not really close enough, and then the track keeps turning back on him because they're making their way through the S's now, so it'll be difficult to try to do any kind of crossover through that section. Now the gap is opened up over half a second. Ryan Broderick gets that 7th position. Boy, that was some neat battling right there, and it was good hard racing. He made a nice clean pass. And he races right into the pits there, so he's just going to end up giving the position back to the 26. And only about half the field has come in and pit at all. Broderick making his way down pit road. At the other end, Colin McCarthy's making his way out. David Salter, he's on pit road. Hopefully not for too long. He's still in the car, so maybe he's just getting some work done on the car. Broderick now, he's getting tires and fuel for that number 5 Valvoline machine. Looks like he'll probably be drop the jack, and he'll be on his way. Just a tiny bit dinged up on that left front, but not enough for him to stay in there and do any repairs. So trying to stay in that in the top 10 here. Getting a good finish at a road course, that in itself is a victory in itself, even if you don't win the race itself. Oh, and that was close for the guys behind, but he was probably just trying to get on the power. And now Matthew Fitz is about to pass him, and he does. And getting off track like that, and that allowed the number 3 to move into the 10th position. Ryan Broderick, boy, he's got some work to do. He's got 20 laps. Can he catch the number 3? He just came out of the pits. He's got fresh tires. Matthew Fitz is ahead of him, but he hasn't pitted at all during the race, so he's got a car behind him with fresh Goodyears on. So we'll have to, we'll see what happens between those two, whether Broderick can catch Matthew, and who knows, Matthew may pit before too long anyway. And leader there, Ken Baum Jr., gap now 11.3 seconds. 19 laps remaining. They may only use one set of tires. I imagine they'll have to pit at least once for fuel, and they'll probably just throw on a fresh set of Goodyears and be on their way. Because, I mean, he is turning some seriously good laps here. Remaining very consistent. Good to see Ken having a good run here. We've seen him have a lot of times. He's had some good runs. A little bit of bad luck here and there, but he's always been up there fighting. But man, the way he is handling this thing here tonight, he's putting on a master class here tonight of how to get these 3,400-pound stock cars around Sonoma. Click's also doing a good job remaining in that second position. No pressure. Oh, and let me stop jinxing the guy and made him go right off into the dirt. And there's Nick Cannon. He's 7.5 seconds behind Click. Oh, and look at William Brown has caught the number 8. Uh-oh, this is going to be a battle for the podium here. Cannon's in that third position. William Brown, he started second. So now he's gunning to get back up there to that podium position. If not second place, that would be a bit of a stretch to catch the second position. But at least try to get a podium spot. And you know, it's been taking him a while to get up to the front, and he's been qualifying better, and he's been finishing better. It's almost like it's been a process as the season has progressed. And now here we are 17 races in, and this time he qualified, I believe it was P2, and now he's just trying to make sure that trying his best to try to at least equal his qualifying result with the finishing in that same position. So yeah, man, I tell you, he's riding a wave of good fortune here at this point in the season. I'll tell you, Nick Cannon, he is not going to give that up without a fight. Here they are coming down to the hairpin here. But he's not close enough to try to make a move, possibly on the inside. Cannon gets a good run off the corner. And they start lap 29. Your leader already has started it. Carson Pittman in that fourth position now. He's where is he? He's a bit further back. He's about 16 seconds, maybe 17 seconds further back. And he doesn't have any pressure either. Bill Hales is between him and Lucas Nilgis, and Lucas is about 24 seconds behind the number 4. So Carson's right now looking pretty good for a fourth place finish. And none of these guys, everybody in the top 10 has not pitted at all. David Salter, he's on pit road. I think this is actually his second time on pit road. Well, he's still on pit road. He's been there for a good little while, I believe. I don't know if he's going to come back out or not. But everybody from 10th place Matthew Fitz on up to your leader, none of these guys have pitted at all. And let's see, and of the guys in the top 10, only 7 of them are on the lead lap. That would Jaden Bingaman running in that 7th position. And he's on the tail end of the lead lap. And now let's look on the track map. Where is he at? He is, you see him going through the S's. Boy, Ken Bum Jr. is not too far behind him. He's going through that little hairpin down at the far end of the track. And he's about to go into the S's himself. So Jaden Bingaman, he'll be trying to stay on that lead lap. And it's not as critical here because, you know, even if you go a lap down, because I guess technically you'd be the lucky dog or something, but they're not going to have cautions anyway, not like on an oval track. So it doesn't mean as much as just you battling the guys that are in front of you. just a tick under 8.5 seconds between him and Lucas Nilgis. Nilgis doing good. He's still in that 6th position. He has no cars around him at the moment. Oh, Matthew Fitz, he must have went off track, and there he is. He's trying to get going, waiting for the traffic to be clear, and that's going to ruin that battle that he was having with Ryan Broderick, I believe it was. And Broderick, they were getting close to having a battle there, but now Broderick's got a ton of breathing room now. Now Matthew Fitz, he's 11th. 12th is Bill Hales. Now that spin has brought Bill a lot closer to the number 3. And let's see, and Fitz is coming down pit road, so Bill Hales will move up to the 11th position. And he's just passing, there he goes into 11th. There's Fitz right there on pit road. So that puts Bill Hales up into the 11th position. Hales, he's already stopped twice. The last time he pitted was lap 11. So who knows? He might, I don't know if he can take it to the end of the race or not, but he might. Currently running in the 11th position. Let me see, David Smeal, he has not pitted. And who knows, he might gain another position here if he can keep it on track till the end of the race. You know, a race like this, some of the battles are like kind of like long distance battles. It takes a long time. You just have to, it's just like consistency. It's almost like the 24-hour Le Mans. It's not about where you are at the start of the race or throughout the race. You know, it's you have to worry about your own race, and then, you know, at the end of the race, you see where you end up at. Being as consistent as you possibly can be, because you may end up making up a position or two, and how long can you keep those tires alive on track as well. Oh no, Jaden Bingaman. And he's now 10th. Broderick just went by. Number 5 now moves into that 9th position. And he's close to David Smeal Jr. I think he's less than a second. Yep, 0.8 of a second. So Ryan Broderick, he is on the move here. In fact, that's a 3-car battle right there. That's Chris Lynn up ahead of David Smeal. So this is becoming a 3-car battle for the 7th position. There's the 32, Chris Lynn. He's going to try to hold on to that 7th position. Boy, he's got 2 hungry drivers right behind him. They're going to be putting all kinds of pressure on him throughout the race here. David Smeal. Oh, and he runs wide. I think the 5 is going to get underneath, and he's going to lose that position to Broderick. Can he try to get it back? Let's see what happens as they race up the hill here. He's not going to be in position to get close enough to make a pass on the 5, so give that position to Ryan Broderick. Got to be easy going over this hill. We see a lot of times guys go off right there. Boy, now he's drawing a bead on that 32, Chris Lynn. Ryan Broderick on the move. Bingaman's on pit road. Let's see, Broderick, he pitted once so far, pitted on lap 24, 13 laps remaining, and he's trying to, and looks, there he is, he just went by. So now move into that 7th position to pass Lynn, and Lynn hasn't pitted either. So both Lynn and Smeal, their tires are a bit older than Ryan Broderick. So they were ultimately going to lose those positions anyway, by virtue of the fact that they're probably going to have to, if anything, just stop for fuel. And I don't know what the range is here. How much can one tank of fuel go? You know, this is open setup, so they can start with 100%, tank of fuel, and it's 45 lap race. Could they even go the whole 45 laps on one tank of fuel? And we're going to find out. It's 12 laps to go. Ken Baum Jr. He's got the gap is 8 seconds now. Kevin Click in that second position, and now it just went over to 9 seconds. Nick Cannon, it's a little bit further back. He's about 8 seconds behind Click. William Brown trying to get up there and get that last podium position. None of these guys have pitted yet. And if they can't make it all the way to the end on field, man, that would be a crazy mad dash on pit road. It would, I guess it would just be up to, oh, and look at Brown. He spins the tires there a little bit. Those tires may be hurting now. He is really getting after it, trying to put some pressure on Nick Cannon, man. He's a little bit over half a second behind the number 8 of Cannon. Cannon getting a little bit loose himself, trying to put that power down as quickly as possible. Up and down, left and right. And you see now Brown, he didn't run as wide. We have seen some guys run wide there. There's some serious curves around here too. Not all of them you can really run over a whole lot. Some of them will upset the car more than others. Down through the S's, trying to close in. Will he be close enough when you get down to the hairpin to perhaps make a move? I don't think he's going to dive bomb down at the hairpin. Doesn't look like he would be close enough. Here they come now, making their way down. Nick Cannon right there in front as they come down to the hairpin. And he's definitely, he's right close to him, but not close enough to try to affect the pass there. So Cannon, he'll hold on one more time. Now 10 laps remaining, where he got a nice acceleration off the corner, almost a full second. It opened up the gap again between him and William Brown, battling for that podium position. The gap still holding around 9.5 seconds between Kevin Click and Ken Baum Jr. As these two battle it out. There's David Smil Jr. He's one of the guys that we said that he was going to have to come down at some point. Now he just lost the position to Bill Hales. Hales may be able to make it to the end. He pitted on lap 11. Chris Lynn has yet to stop as well. So Bill Hales, who knows, he might pick up another spot here. And that's now that's Lucas Neal just directly in front of him, but that is not for position. Now I think Bingaman, he's been on pit road for a while. Is he coming back out? Oh, I didn't realize he had that much damage. Okay, so yeah, that's too much damage to fix. So Jaden Bingaman, he's definitely done. And let's go back and see if we can see what happened to Jaden here. And so there he is racing. He must have been one of the hardest hits we've seen. He's racing him. Oh, and it kind of snapped right on him, and he's trying to lock it up. He's going in that sand. Boom, right into that concrete wall. And yeah, major engine damage. And so yeah, that's game over there for the 26. That's tough luck there for Jaden Bingaman. William Brown still in that 4th position. The gap about half. He's trying to close it again, and that was Robbie Dice. And he's at 1.5 seconds. For a minute there, I thought that was Cannon that he was close to, but he was just going past the 28 car. Now 9 laps remaining. Boy, that gap is opening up. 1.6 seconds between him and Nick Cannon. So close to that podium position. He can taste it. And you know he's doing everything, and these guys have not pitted for tires. It is amazing the laps that those guys in the top 4 are doing. Especially this gentleman here, Ken Baum Jr., almost about 9.5 seconds ahead of Kevin Click, able to maintain that pace and just, this is, like I said, it's an open setup as well, so it could be a lot in the setup as well, because he's got that car set up so it's easy on the tires, I would imagine. And when you don't have to fight the track as much, it looks like it's handling very well. Looks like it's well planted, and he's not. You haven't seen him, you know, spin the tires at all. Just very smooth and consistent, and his setup is definitely working for him as well. The more you have to fight the car, the more stress you're putting into those tires, and the more they're going to, you know, you're just going to take more life out of them. And boy, we got some retirements. Isley, Mayberry, all down there. We got a handful of retirements, and guys have gone as far as they can go. And so a bit of attrition going on here tonight at Sonoma, and I'm gonna be honest, not everybody was jumping up and down about this one. Like, hey, but you know what? They, like the guys said, hey, we race what's on the schedule. You know, that's part of the challenge. And guys who may not be that big on road courses, they just do, you know, the best that they can do. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's another part of it. It's better to start and go out there and do the best you can. You don't know where you're going to finish. You may finish higher than you might think you would finish, and you just have to go out there and go for it. And you know, and we are starting to see a bit of attrition. So whoever can hang on the most, or the longest, I would say. And here's your leader, Ken Baum Jr., coming down pit road. 7 laps remaining. So he's making his way down pit road. And where's Kevin Click? He's coming through the hairpin. Is he? No, he stays out on track. So he's coming around, and he moves into the lead there. As you see, Ken Baum Jr., the leader. William Brown is also coming down pit road. Nick Cannon, he opts to stay out as well. Kevin Click, he moves into the lead. So it'll be Kevin Click and Nick Cannon will be the only 2 drivers, I'm thinking, who have not pitted at all in this race. And let's see, Ken Baum Jr., he's already back out on track. I don't know how long his pit time was, but I'm guessing he probably got some fresh Goodyears, and he can just really get out there and get going. William Brown on his way back out. He retains 4th position. Lucas Neal just about 11 seconds behind, so he had a nice cushion to come in and get back out. Chris Lynn making his way down pit road. In that 9th position, looks like he'll probably hold on to there, because David Smeal, he's a good 15 seconds behind. Well, yeah, he might be able to get in and get out and hold on to that 9th position. The Smeal, he pitted on lap 34. He might go all the way to the end here, so that'll be interesting to see. You can see David Smeal now. Oh, he's going to get that position. And there he is, and I think David Smeal just went by while Chris Lynn is on pit road. Lynn now just leaving pit road, so he's got some work to do to try to catch David Smeal. He'll have fresher tires, but boy, you're only going to have 5 laps to try to catch him. Kevin Click now makes his way in. Nick Cannon also coming in, and Ken Baum Jr. has just gone by, so that kind of cycled around. So Ken Baum Jr. back up to the lead. Where's William Brown? He's coming out of the hairpin. Can he jump one of these guys to get a podium position? Cannon is still on pit road, and he's going to race his way into the 3rd position. Nick Cannon still on pit road, and now he's just getting going. Man, that was a long stop for Cannon. 15.9 seconds. Wasn't too long, really, but it was long enough. William Brown now in a podium position, and he's almost 7 seconds clear of, actually more than that. He's like, wow, he's several seconds clear. He's 22, maybe about 16 or 17 seconds clear of Carson Pitton, who's now in the 4th position. But William Brown has finally, it took him pretty much the entire race, but he's in that podium position now. And I think, well, you know, I think Cannon, he's still on pit road. Cannon might have, I think he might have retired the car. And let's see, is he on pit? Yeah, he's not. No, he's not in the car, so I guess he decided to put it behind the wall here. I know this has got to be a mentally draining race here. So now William Brown, Ken Baum Jr., he's 13 seconds ahead of Kevin Click. Carson Pittman back in the 4th position. He's a good little ways behind William Brown. So Brown should be okay for a podium finish as long as he doesn't have any major off. For Lucas Nilgis now in that 5th position. And none of this is a battle for position. There's your leader, Ken Baum, behind these guys. Bunch of lap cars that he's going to have to deal with. But the gap between him and Kevin Click is 13 seconds. So with 3 laps to go, he can somewhat take his time if he has to and maybe try to pick his way through this. He's got a very nice pad between him and Click. So he doesn't have to push the issue, really. Oh, Matthew Fitz gets in the dirt there a little bit. So that's one that Baum will get past. And you can see that he's not working too hard to worry about getting past these guys. That gap is now, it's like just under 13 seconds, like 12.6 with 3 laps to go. I'm sure he'll take a quick glance at that relative every now and then just to make sure he's not gaining too much time on him. But he's definitely in the driver's seat here, no pun intended. And they come down to the hairpin here, and man, can he kind of squeeze past any of these guys? He gets past, that was at Chris Lynn. So he clears a couple of cars there. And now there'll be 2 laps to go. He'll be getting the white flag next time around. Where's Kevin Click? Here's Click now coming through the hairpin. He's about to start the penultimate lap. William Brown making his way through the hairpin. Nowhere close enough, really, to catch Kevin Click, but nice gap between him and Carson Pittman. Over 20 seconds. So he's more or less cruising to a podium finish as well. Lucas Nilgis, he's in that 5th spot, and he's got your leader, Ken Baum Jr., right behind him. But he is, let's see, I think he's got a good, now he's 5th. I'm trying to see where 6th place is. And, oh yeah, he's about half a lap ahead of 6th place Ryan Broderick. So right now he's looking pretty good for that top 5 finish. And man, that is still very good. Whether you get lapped or not, that is very good at a track like this to be able to hang in there. And about a good portion of the field only did 1 pit stop. Whether you stopped a little bit earlier or you went really deep into the run, no, it's just white flag in the air there as Ken Baum Jr. goes past Lucas Nilgis. Just has to make it around one more time. Nice clear track ahead of him. Kevin Click, he's heading up the hill there. There's William Brown crossing the line for the final time. On the final lap now, making his way. The leaders down at the far end of the track. We did have a few retirements, but the majority of the field is still out there racing. There's several guys multiple laps down, but overall, very challenging race, but the guys really hung in there with it and making his way through the S's one final time here. Coming down, going past I believe that's where the drag strip section is there, and going through the hairpin one final time. Checkered flag is in the air, and it's going to be in the air for Ken Baum Jr. He will be your race winner here tonight at Sonoma. Kevin Clicky crosses the line in that second position, and here comes William Brown. He already crossed the line. He will be your final, oh, there he is, going across the line now. He's your final podium finisher right there. But congratulations to Ken Baum Jr. on an impressive victory here tonight at Sonoma. And he's making, I think he's gonna make his way all the way around the track just to see what's gonna happen here. So he can do his donuts and everything. Probably want to get around to the front side of the track here. And while he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and start getting the guys up into the post-race booth here. Let me move some stuff here, and let me see. Let me go find everybody here. There's Ken right there. We'll move him up. And move Kevin up there, and go find William Brown. There he is, and we'll move him on up. And we'll head on down there with them. Okay, folks, we're down here with your top three. It is Ken Baum Jr., Kevin Click, and William Brown. And hey, Ken, you got a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, I tell you, you made it look like child's play out there tonight, man. I tell you, everything, you were just hitting on all cylinders out there tonight. I mean, the setup was good for you. It just seemed like you just had that car planted tonight, man. Congratulations on a very convincing victory here tonight at Sonoma.
Thank you. I really enjoy these tracks. I like them more than ovals sometimes.
Absolutely, man. I was kind of thinking, would you say that this is one of your favorite road courses, or?
Not particularly, but I put time in and learned what the car would do when I needed it to do it.
Absolutely. Does it really help a lot, the fact that it's an open setup league and you can really tweak the setup for what you need to do to get what you need out of the car?
No, I have no idea what anything in the garage means, so I just drive what I'm given.
Hey, and I tell you, somebody hand you a setup, here you go fast, and you do it. That's still a testament to your skill there, man. Congratulations, dude, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks to Turn 2 Terribles, Jay-Z Photography, my girlfriend and my daughter. They support me and they tune in every race, and it means a lot to me.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, and so we'll be heading back to a big old oval track next time, and so we'll hopefully have some good luck there as well. But congratulations again, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Tony. How are you?
Man, I tell you, and boy, I tell you, you guys, now everybody in the top 4 or 5, man, you guys were just really, you kind of acting like y'all were the short track specialists out there tonight. You barely put a foot wrong anywhere, and you were looking, you were looking just as good as Ken. Was it just work trying to catch him? Because it seemed like you were just as steady as he was.
I will be honest with you. I have not put near the time in that Ken has put in this week, and it showed early on. I came out here for practice, and man, I don't know if it was just the low usage on the track, but it was so slippery and so hard to get to keep control of the car. I had no clue how this race was going to go, to be honest with you, and then lucked into kind of the starting second because that qual lap was not very good for where I have been running. But as my race went on, I kind of got into the groove a little bit more. I just ended up I was just telling Ken, I set my fastest lap on lap 44 out of 45. So kind of got it figured out there toward the end, but it was too late to really try to do anything with Ken. Ken was in another league from the start today, and there's just no catching him. So congrats to him.
Yeah, I tell you, man, that's a scary thought for you to say that, you didn't have a whole lot of practice and still finish second. And I'm like, folks are probably thinking that, well, I'm glad you decided not to practice too much, Good grief, man!
Normally for road course races like this, especially with this car, I don't know why. I enjoy driving these cars on road courses, and not many people do, but I do enjoy doing it. And normally I do a little bit more practice, but like I said from the get-go, when I started this NASCAR league, I'm more of a dirt guy, and with the dirt update and everything that's happened this week, I kind of got lost in some of that as well. So, no, had a lot of fun tonight. And kind of look forward to next week. I think we're at Atlanta, but I'm not 100% sure where we're at. But
right, yeah. But man, I tell you, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got to say thanks to everybody at Turn 2 Terribles, everybody at Brent Mark's esports team, Babs Finishing, Auto Paints, M&M Painting and Construction, K1 Race Gear. Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, and just got to thank everybody that makes this possible for us. Have a lot of fun doing it.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations on that P2 finish, man. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, William, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, here you are on the podium again. I was telling the folks during the race, man, I tell you, it seems like as the season's going along, it's almost like you're finding your groove, man. You're qualifying better. You're starting higher up. You're finishing a lot better and stuff. And, man, you're just making a march towards the front, man. Congratulations on another podium here tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the start of the season wasn't too great for me, but we've been putting in the time and been having some consistent top 3 finishes pretty much since early of the season. But me and some of the guys from TSUR, we just put in some time on Sonoma this past couple weeks. Not too much, but enough. And I think it really paid off. I hate to see that Nick had a moment and it really ended his race. He definitely deserved a 3rd place, but I'll take it where I can get it.
Yeah, I saw him. You pitted. I didn't think I didn't know that the car was damaged or anything. I guess he just decided, well, you know how it is with road courses. If you have too much of an off, if you lose too much get out of position, it's so hard to get it back. Especially you're not going to have any cautions or anything like that.
Right.
But
and I didn't see it happen, but I guess he couldn't really turn. It was junk.
Oh man, okay, that sucks. Yeah. All right, then. Well, that's tough, man. But hey, next week is another week, and time get back on that saddle and keep on going, man. But anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my teammates. I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend, cheering me on halfway through the race. All my friends watching at home, and all the guys put on the league. You doing the broadcast, and I want to give you a special shout out because you're a real one. Thank you for refreshing the paint so I could get my new one on the broadcast. Really appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I saw it in the, I try to glance down at the chats at the start of it because you never know what's going to happen and stuff, and let's hear it for trading paints. That's been knock on wood. I was having some issues with that a few months ago, but that seems to have sorted itself out. And so we're glad that all that's running. I know you guys put a lot of work into those paints and really want to showcase them and everything, and we want to see them. So yeah, I'm glad that we could get that going for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So go relax now. You've earned it, man, and go celebrate. And we will see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Okay, folks. Well, that will do it here. And let's go ahead and let's bring up the race results here. Get those up here for you. And then we have Ken Baum Jr. He's your leader, your winner. Kevin Click second. William Brown, the fourth, finished third. Carson Pittman fourth. Ryan Broderick fifth. Bill Hales in the sixth position. David Smith Jr. seventh. Lucas Nilgers eighth. Ninth is Chris Lynn. Matthew Fitz, he rounds out your top 10. And I will scroll down and you can look and see where your favorite driver ended up in the race here. And I tell you, just a lot of good racing and a little bit of attrition, but man, I tell you, the guys, they really hung in there, man, and that's definitely what we want to see. And now we're going back, we're going to Nashville Super Speedway next week, and boy, I tell you, that's going to be fun. And so you definitely don't want to miss that. So for all of us here at Price Motorsports TV, we want to wish you all a pleasant evening.